You want to start a business that doesn't cost a ton of money to get into, that's why you're going to do a service-based business. I'm Matt. I drop tips every single day on what I did to scale my business to over 7 figures so you don't make the same mistakes. Follow along and let's get it. Last night I got 2 DMs from people who were teenagers looking to start their own business or side hustle. My recommendation, with knowing nothing about them, service-based. Why? Because it costs no money, just your time. That's where I started when I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And I did all 4 of these things. Every kid does it, right? Low pay, low skill, you shovel snow. It's going to take you a long time to do these driveways, and more than likely, you're not making more than 20, 30 bucks. Then I transitioned into low pay, high skill, doing homework for my classmates. Don't ask me how, I just know how to work Excel. In college, every freshman business major had to take an Excel basics class. This doesn't sound like high skill, but trust me, it was, because I was doing it for 23 different people. And you best believe nobody was paying me unless I got them an A. And our teacher knew how to track from Turnitin on if it was coming from your computer or someone else's. So I had to get around that too. But my college classmates weren't exactly throwing me a ton of cash to do this. I was making, maybe $15, $20 a person. Next, I actually did these 2 at the same time. I don't know how to code. I'm not some social media guru. I just knew more than the 60, 70, 80-year-olds who were running the businesses I was helping. Social media I was running was a golf brand. I was getting $1,500 a month, and all I was doing is having to post 30 to 50 short-form content pieces during that time frame. That's solid money for something that is relatively low skill. There are tips and tricks to getting more views on TikToks. But for the most part, if you showed someone that had no social media that the worst video was getting 1,000 views, they were happy. And since we're all younger people, we know the ins and outs of social media, where every once in a while you could get him to go pretty viral, millions of views. At the same time, I was building websites. Obviously, this is a little more high skill. Like I said though, I didn't know how to code. I was doing everything either through Square or through Shopify, which is plug and play themes. And I'm not talking high level business. I was working with like daycares, car washes, you name it. All they wanted was a presence online, a functional website, and it was easy to use. And in both of these cases, on top of the money, I got referrals. They told other people about me, and I did more. Now you might say, none of those helped you long term. I disagree. What did all these dumb businesses I did when I was 17, 18, 19, 20 help me with today? Lessons that I would have had to learn later at a much higher cost. I run a product-based business now. When you start, you do everything. I was in charge of customer service. I dealt with that when I was removing snow. I had to do negotiation. I had to do that when I was naming my price to do homework, websites, social media. Of course, I learned how to build a website and run social media. Those came in handy. I learned punctuality. I had to be at someone's house to get their driveway done before they left for work. When I had to do people's homework, there was a due date. I got good at prep, whether that was planning out social media content, or that was learning the ins and outs of a daycare so I could run their website more efficiently. 99% of entrepreneurship isn't being a better product, it's being better prepared than the person you're competing with. If you show up early, do the hard work, and prep the night before, you will beat 99.9% of the people in your industry.